Is it there?
The left-hander from New York opens hostility. He'll be looking to repeat his victory from earlier in this tournament over Scammell. Gets off to the perfect start.
Oh, I'm on the television.
Yes, isn't she thrilled? No hiding place here.
As you say, a perfect start from Mike Mullin. Lots of rotation, lots of length down the lane, and a perfect strike.
So Mike's out of the blocks at full speed. Can Phil join him? It really is a meeting of complete opposites. A lefty via righty, a little one via big un. Not really getting it, and the only good thing to be said about that shot is at least he's got it out the way early.
Well, yeah, the only good thing is he hit the head pin, and unfortunately he didn't get quite enough rotation on the ball, not a lot of reaction, and it's left one horrendous split. That's the 2, 4, 8 and the 10 pins. Now this is almost impossible.
I mean, a left-hander might have a shot at it perhaps, but a righty really is looking for a miracle.
Yeah, well spotted, Nick. That's you're quite right there.
You can see what he was trying to do, and it wasn't far off, but close, not good enough.
No, unfortunately, open frame in frame one is not what Phil wanted, and not what Team Europe expected.
You can see what he's trying to do there. Just got the angle slightly wrong. Really went for it there, Phil. But at least it's out the way early.
Yeah, he needs to forget about that now and concentrate on the next 9 frames.
This fella's got a bit of a killer streak in him, though. Open frame, what's he going to come back with? I kind of knew that was coming.
Double straight out the track. And looking good as well. Almost identical to the first shot. Lots of rotation. And lots of pin action as well. Mike tells us his favourite bowler was the great Earl Anthony, the American left-handed professional.
So, forget the split. Put it to one side. See if he can start clocking up some strikes. Phil trying to get into the pocket, and does. So his campaign is up and running.
Yeah, pretty unfortunate on frame one, but he's made amends. He's started again, and he's flush in the pocket. Nice shot, and some nice body action from the big man as well. You sort of get to know when that ball's going to strike, and it's right in the pocket, and your body language tells the audience what's going on.
Stops Mullen. Snap release. He is right on the money again.
Yeah, I think Mike stuck there and jerked the shot through more than anything with his shoulder, and fortunately he did get beautiful rotation on it. And let's just watch here. Yeah, he's stuck a bit there, and he's off balance, but he's got the rotation on the ball, and hey, he was in the right place. 3 in a row. I'll accept that one.
Yeah. There's a suspicion of a smile there on Mike's face. He's usually quite impassive during a match, but he's got plenty to smile about. He's pouring some heat on Phil here early.
Yeah, Phil has to forget frame one. Concentrate on what he's doing now. Try and get back in the game.
Pocket takes the result, a double for Scammell.
Yeah, fantastic shot. That really was. That's 2 good shots in a row. It's so unfortunate that frame one was an open frame. I mean, it could cost him so dearly at the end of the game, but this is really high-class bowling. Real rock and roll stuff from Phil Scammell. Right in the pocket there. Those pins stand no chance.
Well, the pins have stood no chance at all with this fella. 3 pocket hits, and all of them pretty close to perfect. Now, can he keep it going with a 4? He's on the head pin a bit more, but he still had enough going there to get the strike.
Hit him high and made him fly. as we sometimes say in bowling. This was actually a very good shot. I think his pace may be just a little bit higher. Slightly faster ball. It's just made it. Rip the rack.
Yes, I thought he was going to be in trouble there. As you say, the ball just hung on for him.
Perfect through 4.
And this really is putting some pressure on Phil.
Yeah, every time he gets some now, he's going to have to shoot 10 just to stay in this match. But he's more than capable of doing it, the big man from the south coast.
Oh, no.
It's hard to say anything about that sort of shot because that's right in the pocket. It's left in the 10-pin tap, and it's also hit so hard it's left the 7-pin. The flying pins have just jumped around the 7 and the 10, and this is most unfortunate because the 7 split is always an open frame, and it was off such a good shot. And the last thing he needs is another open frame.
Another go, didn't he? But
yeah, just the one, unfortunately.
the 10-pin gods are scowling on Phil Scammell at the moment.
2 strikes, 2 opens, and that's not good. It was unfortunate. We don't say there's luck in bowling, it's just good or bad fortune, and that wasn't good at all.
And here's Mike Mullin, who I'm sure won't be feeling too much compassion for his opponent. He just clung on there as well. I thought he might have been heading gutter bound there.
It looked as though he charged the line a bit there and really rushed his shot. Got outside his line. Yes, it's just sat up a bit too far on the lane condition. He's missed the head pin, but fortunate enough to leave himself the 1 and the 3 pin, which should be a straightforward spare for the American.
There it is, safely done. But I guess we can now say it's not going to be Mike Mullen with the perfect game at this year's Weber Cup.
Well spotted, Nick.
But no one's been close yet, really, have they?
I wonder why.
Yeah.
Coming up to the halfway stage, it's frame 5 for Phil Scammell, and needs to make his mark here just to stay in touch. The 2 open frames have wiped away any bonuses he would get from his double, and he's at the halfway stage and almost staring defeat in the face already. Needs a big turnaround.
Got himself back in the zone. Well, not that he really got out of it on the last frame. He was just right out of good fortune. I'll tell you what, at the midway point, Mike Mullen has set a scorching pace, and Phil at the moment just struggling to stay with him. Well, he's right where he wants to be, Mike Mullin. 34 pins to the good, but Scammell is working a strike. So Mullin does need to get a strike here just to maintain that margin. Oh, grief.
Yeah, that was the Tim and Mac Wall shot. He's bounced pins from all over the place to take that 5 and the 10 out. Hit them thin, make them spin. Hit them high and make them fly, and that's exactly what he's done. Yes, the 5 and the 10 have gone, the last 2 pins, but it's another strike and extends his lead. 278 pace for the American. Big time.
Yes, possible high score still cooking there for Mike Mullen, who really has put together a very impressive game.
There's very little that Phil can do about it. If he can keep striking, Mike's going to have some few open frames if Phil's going to have any impact on this match. And I can't see him doing that.
And Phil is just right out of luck, to be honest with you there. That probably deserved a split. He was very heavy on the head pin, but he's just not getting any breaks at all in this match.
No, this is pretty unfortunate. It's the 4-7-10 split he's left. Yeah, very high on the head pin again, and these brand new pins don't want to fly around too much. And they nail you when you're not perfect.
Yeah, open frame number 3 for Phil Scammell, and
yes, it's all gone bent, shall we say, and he realises it. Looks to the heavens, he looks pretty disgruntled. 92 in the 6th, and that's not a good game. Open frames coming at all the wrong time. he's not going to sleep. He's trying to gather his thoughts.
Well, if he does, he'll be having nightmares. And he'll be seeing Mike Mullen in his nightmares as well. He'll be seeing Mullen doing that. And I think even if Phil had a decent shake of the stick here, he couldn't have lived with Mullen, who is blistering this lane at the moment.
Yeah, this is fantastic stuff. Mike is hot, and unfortunately Phil is not. Another strike for Mike Mullen. He's really ripping this lane apart. Showing us how the game should be played from a left-hander's point of view. Easy on the left. No, well,
strike, but it's too late.
Welcome back, Phil. Yeah, Phil's not happy. Got himself a strike there, but with 3 open frames before it.
Well,
that explains it all.
Body language.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Yes.
Roll on the next game, but unfortunately he hasn't got a next game. And this one is already won by Mike Mullen.
And it just goes to show once again that when it comes to 10-pin bowling, size does not matter. The little fella is repeating the trick here over the big man.
Oh, he's absolutely blistering this lane. His pins stand no chance. Ripping it back from the left-hand side of the lane. Fantastic action. That looks really great. .66 pins deficit already.
And the course hopeless. Charge of the light brigade now for Phil Scammell, with about as much chance of success.
Yeah, another pocket shot, just a little bit light, and that 10-pin again has stood up, so he's getting no breaks at all. And Mullen goes on. He's unstoppable.
Yes, you can't say Phil's been unlucky, because I think Mullen in this form was going to blow anybody away, but you know, if there's been a bit of good fortune to be had, Phil hasn't had it.
No, that's right. Everything seems to have gone against him. But as you say, Mike is devastating. He really is. Still on 278 pace. 1 spare in the middle. 7 strikes so far out of 8 frames.
Yes, Bill Hoffman's 256 will be under a real threat here if Mike Mullen can keep this going with another strike here. And there's a real sense of inevitability about this.
Well, he's playing the left-hand side of the lane all on his own. And he's got it mastered, he really has. Everything's so consistent from as soon as he takes his first step right through to the follow-through and the pin action he's getting. Scammell working on a spare. Playing for a little bit of pride now. And takes 10 out at last.
Yes, the strike's coming, but a little bit too late. And Thomas Leanderson, the European skipper there, knows that a win here beyond his man now.
Yeah, staring defeat in the face yet again. Having a chat there with Bill Hoffman from the American side, but frame 10 for Mike already, working on 4 in a row.
This has just been a demonstration from Mullen.
Rock and roll stuff, as we say. 2 more for 278, which will be the highest game of this event. I can't imagine how Phil Scammell's feeling.
Well, Phil would rather be anywhere else at the moment. If you could wave the white flag, you would have done by now, but you can't. You've got to sit there and take it. And totally relaxed here, Mike Mullen. Phil's thinking, is it over yet? Can I go home?
Well, it just shows Mike's had 31 300 games in his time, and
there's another one. He's in there like swimwear. These strikes just keep on coming.
He's not far away. This has been a fantastic game. It really has. 248 in the 9th frame with 2 strikes going.
So this is the high score. Bill Hoffman is watching, and he will have seen his previous high score of 256 get smashed by his compatriot here.
Yeah, this is great stuff. Great for TV bowling, and there it is again.
Tremendous. You wanted him to finish on a high. Hoffman doesn't care that his 256 is gone. I mean, you've just got to take your hat off to Mike Mullen. That is outstanding.
TV bowling at its best from the little left-hander.
And Phil very gracious in defeat as well. He was the first to offer his congratulations. I don't think Phil could have come up with anything today, to be perfectly honest with you. Not the way Mike's been bowling.
No, that was a fantastic game, and unfortunately Phil just has to bowl out to finish his game. He'd rather not. He'd rather put his ball in his bag and go off. But hey, 2 in a row. Maybe just a little bit of pride to finish with here. Phil can finish on 192, which is way below par for him. If he shoots 2 more strikes.
It's better than he was looking after that third open frame, so at least that'll give him a little bit of momentum.
Well, we know he can strike. It's just unfortunate that he's left to 7-10 again.
And doesn't that just sum it up?
That is about the strength of the game, yeah.
Phil, this is not your day. Go home. The gods are against you.
I'm just wondering if Phil is going to shoot his famous television backup ball for this split. He's got nothing to lose. And there, no, it's not. Just takes the 1 pin out.
And it didn't work anyway. Poor old Phil. Nothing went right for him there, but make no mistake, the little left-hander from New York was sensational today. 278. Plays 179, the biggest margin of victory in this year's Weber Cup, 99 pins. It's another win for Team USA, and they nudge ever closer to that magic score of 8.